Welcome back to Twitter Titty Twisters. It's me, yours truly, the Gordon Ramsay of breasts, Dalton Pruitt. And it's another e-girl, everybody. One of the top I just found out. This is Amouranth, who I think is clearing about $1 million a month on OnlyFans. And she's here with a pair of fakers, fake milkers. And what do I call those folks? Formulas. And them's is bulbous. Fast and bulbous. That's right, the mascara snake. Fast and bulbous. Bulbous, also tapered. Also a tin teardrop. Fast and bulbous. That's right, the mascara snake. Fast and bulbous. Also a tin teardrop. Bulbous, also tapered. That's right. Let's get a gander at these beef hearts. These look like these definitely look like she stuck her thumb in her mouth and blew into it. You know, one of those like, and then they inflated in that, that way. But yeah, these definitely, they're perfect. They embody the artificial. No hang, no sag, no veins, no stretch marks, no sunspots. Just perfect round titties. They possess none of the imperfections, or rather characteristics. Imperfections is such a barbaric way to describe that which is natural, but these possess none of the characteristics by which we identify a pair of heavy naturals. And it is in this pair's perceived perfection that we instantly notice artificiality, placing them in the the uncanny valley, or in this case, they would be uncanny mountains. More titty than titty, more titty than titty, more titty than titty, as White Zombie would say. And while they are nice and beautiful, perfect, and I'm sure expensive, this pair possesses a similar quality as, the food that would be served at a really high-end Michelin star restaurant. Those overly expensive, deconstructed dishes, what do they call it? Molecular gastronomy or something like that. Those dishes made to cater to elites and critics, but ultimately foreign and inaccessible to most food enjoyers. Our experience with such dishes merely, much like our experience with tits like these, being merely viewing them on a screen and becoming struck with a feeling of isolation, knowing such meticulousness will forever be forbidden to us, but wondering if it's even something we would want, or has the value of the dish, or in this case, the boobies, been inflated by proprietor and consumer. A status symbol for the sake of being a status symbol, leaving all parties involved with a pang of emptiness. I'm reminded of the film Pig, starring Nicolas Cage, in which he plays a former well-respected chef who must enter back into the world in search of his stolen truffle pig. And there's a scene in the movie where he has to go to one of those kinds of restaurants that's run by a former employee of his, a former chef that he used to employ. And they're sitting at a table together, and the chef is trying to show Nicolas Cage one of their high-end fancy dishes. And, Nick Cage is looking at it credulously. And he says to the chef, what is the concept here? And the chef gives him the whole spiel about deconstruction or whatever. And Nick Cage says, this is the kind of cooking you like? You like cooking it? And the chef gives him some more, whatever he has to say about the dish. And then Nick Cage says, what was it you always talked about opening? Wasn't it a pub? And then the chef says, everyone loves it here. It's a huge success. And Nick Cage says, why didn't you open your pub? And then the chef starts stammering. He's losing his footing in the conversation. And Nick Cage says, when I fired you, I asked you what you wanted to do. You said you had a few rooms upstairs, a real English pub. And the chef says, did I say that? And Nick Cage says, yes. And then the chef says, no, nobody wants pubs around here. That's a terrible investment. And Nick Cage says, what was going to be your signature dish? And then there's this moment where life returns to the chef. And he gleefully, instantly and gleefully responds, liver scotch eggs with the honey curry mustard. And then he just starts laughing uncontrollably. And then he stops. And Nick Cage, this countenance comes over Nick Cage's face. And he leans forward. And he says, they're not real. You get that, right? None of it is real. The critics aren't real. The customers aren't real. Because this isn't real. You aren't real. Derek, while you care about these people, they don't care about you. None of them. They don't even know you. Because you haven't shown them. Every day you'll wake up and there'll be less of you. You live your life for them and they don't even see you. You don't even see yourself. We don't get a lot of things to really care about. 10 out of 10, wood motorboat.